Welcome back to the channel today, guys. And Destro is back officially to the end of the season, hopefully. After my long weekend. But I want to show you guys my accounts. This is Nigerian Prince, currently 8th global, reset at 58th global. Then this account I am currently on is 23rd global right now, reset at 30th global. Which other one of my IDs is here? Let's take a look. Destro, resetting top. I think that's like 110 or 111 global. Currently 45th global. I had decent days on every single one of them. And this is Destro AJ. My last account, 53rd global and reset somewhere good. So yeah, on this account, my highest ID I reset at 320 and you can see my defense. People are learning how to triple a lot better. Only one defense and it's a time fill. Yesterday I also, wait, I hit stars yesterday and today. That's nice. I'll show you guys the replay. But yeah, yesterday I also got a 308. I don't know why one of my defenses is missing. I didn't miss an attack. I won't even dare. But yeah, one is missing. Clash of Clans and their glitches. So 308 yesterday, 320 today. Even on my Nigerian Prince ID that is currently 8 global, I got a 312 today, 312 yesterday. So this is stars base of yesterday and diamond base. I dread these, but this was a bit of an easy one. I wouldn't say it was easy, but I had a plan for it. So where did I wouldn't work? This was yesterday. I think I wouldn't worked here and then fireballed here. There was decent fireball value on this ricochet cannon. This is the problem with fireball. Fireball has a lot of tile radius on the Legends League compared to the hard mode. Hard mode, you won't be able to reach lots of these defenses. But in Legends League, I was able to reach the CC building as well from the Ricochet Cannon. You guys should already know the tile gap. So you can see there are 2 tiles here and then 3 and then 4. So just 4 tile gap in between a building or in between 2 buildings and they'll be able to take it out. So that's exactly what I saw. So from the Ricochet Cannon, I was able to get the Multi Inferno, the Spitter, and then the what's it called? The CC building. So all I had to do was set up my warden walk, a bit of a warden walk into this compartment. You guys know how it goes. I had a giant. Why did I have a giant? Because of clan games. I was trying to complete clan games very quickly. That's why I said I've been quite busy, except from what I was doing outside the game. Lots of things, raid weekends, clan games. I'm just sorry I was absent. But yeah, I'm back. So let's speed up the warden walk. I see I haven't used a single spell. I've just been sprinkling my what's it called, my rocket loons, and then here you can see the ice block is in place. Simple invis, just 2 invis and we're landed there, double quick, and we are good to go. Pull with our king, ice golem, root riders, and you can see queen along the outside with her own ice golem. Root RC always last to be deployed. Make sure to always do that. Tornado in front of the town hall, but that's for people that are maybe doing spirit walk into the town hall, not Destro. But there were lots of traps there. Heal, I froze because I don't know, that ricochet was going to lock onto my RC. Then I had the overgrowth spell for the crusher mortar on the back end. These bases are very, very annoying, especially the back end of the base. Was trying to save my king ability to the crusher mortar because that's the deadliest part of the base. So I just had to save king ability. I used it there, cleared the crusher mortar, cleared many of the other stuff, and then RC ability. Now it was a beautiful hit. Did I have all 4 heroes up? My king died. But yeah, he was supposed to die. Swag invis, and that's GG. So let me show which base did he use today. Definitely not the same base. It could even be a different account. But yeah, this one is a double poison box base. It's a box base, yeah. Doesn't look like a box, but it's a box. So yeah, same thing or different thing. This one I fireballed into the core of the base. You can see the value here. Getting the crusher mortar on the builder hut. I think, okay, my aim was to get the builder hut, but these Teslas here messed me up. So let me speed up a bit. You get this one on box bases. I always tell you guys the drill. Once you just wouldn't work this part, you can just invis, and you can send a direct fireball into this part of the base. So that's exactly what I did. I saw enemy minion prince. Instead of dropping a free spell, I just sent an ice golem and the head hunter. And I was able to take it out. That's a trick I started doing. I don't know if I've said it before, but yeah. So ice block, you can see that Tesla. Hey, that was, I put 4 times speed mistakenly. But yeah, you can see that Tesla popped up. So my initial plan was to invis here, 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 and here, and then I fireball into the core. But this Tesla popped up, so I just settled for a decent fireball on the ricochet cannon. So let me slow it down a bit. Back. Now you can see the funnel has been set. I can either choose to go in here or here, but then my warden committed to that top side, and I was like, you know what? Let me just go in here. I can easily use a skeleton on the monolith because it's isolated. So skeleton will be able to destabilize it, neutralize it, but it was late, so it locked onto my root rider, which was sad. Queen along the outside. Did I use an early arrow with her? Yes, I used the early arrow. One of my root riders is dead. I'm down to 2. You guys know I have only 3 root riders, but yeah, the thing with not using too many root riders is that all you need the root riders to do is to just open up early on, and then do a bit of tanking because you have your, what's it called, your double wall breakers with your rage gem from the troop launcher. So it's very very easy to open walls. Honestly, you have your see my giant carried all my healers on this hit. It was quite close, I think, especially on time. Carried every single one of my healers, but I had a free spell. My queen was inside the base, and then my king was outside. You can imagine I sent my king here and then my queen along the outside, but they swapped position. So my queen died. RC ability, she was 1 HP, but then I had my king ability with my Yetis. For you guys that know, I'm using my Yetis already. Then I have a wizard that I'm using for cleanup here. It was quite close on time, but thank God that I was about to say mad person, but he's actually a mad person for carrying my healers. The person that carried my healers actually ended up helping me to triple. Good for him. So yeah, let me show other hits. I don't know what I did on this basis, but yeah, this is a rage. This base is very very annoying because I think it's a tweak. This is not how it is normally, but it just looked so annoying. I was planning on fireballing, the core, but I was like, I only get three defenses. So I ended up just fireballing the ricochet cannon. Or not the ricochet cannon, the crusher mortar. You guys know I love fireballing that thing. It is very, very troublesome. So yeah, I fireballed it. Let me speed it up. And got the CC building as well. Let's see. It was a bit of a weird base. So my plan was just, I wouldn't say weird, but it just had to be solid and following the principles of my hits. Take out the crusher mortar. Let's do one time speed here because I think I will soon place my fireball. Yeah, put a bit of the CC, just archers, but then archers can be taken out easily by my furnaces and my warden. Not much of a problem. So wait, let's pause. So I ice blocked in place, invis, and then we can replace the fireball on the crusher mortar. Didn't get the most value. I think that's just like 3 buildings, but then the CC building, very important. And then I was able to warden work a splitter. So even if your fireball value is not outrageous, your warden work value is decent. I didn't spend a single free spell or invis spell on my warden. He was still able to do that on that compartment. So you can see my queen along the outside, arrow early, so pop the giant helped her to tank. You can see she's going to this entire compartment to tank. So here, overgrowth on the town hall, the rage tower, and this building, so that my troops can just go silently and quietly into the base. Here, enemy minion prince, enemy king. I dropped the poison spell, I think, because I've taken out the CC building. Heal spell as well, because I think my troops were a bit low, and then there was no other place to use the heal spell. If I didn't use it there, I was going to use it somewhere else. And you can see my healers staying behind. Very, very silly troop. So yeah, my queen went inside, my RC was inside. That was a very, very bad freeze because my freeze was supposed to hold the rage tower and then maybe the town hall and the ricochet, but it only covered the ricochet cannon, which was sad. But yeah, still a beautiful hit because my RC did God's work. My queen was also inside, popped RC ability. King was, somewhere along the outside. And then I popped his ability as well. So I had, all the abilities into the core of the base. Ice Golem, my back end Ice Golem was swagged because all that was left on the back end was just a bit of troops. So yeah, this is Destro with Fireball, RootRiders. Let me show more hits. Who is this person? Okay, someone invited me, man. Attack log, Naibaf. What did I do on your base? Oh, this very, very disgusting and annoying base. This hit was it close? I think it was close because my warding didn't go as planned, but I had to recover. This base, my normal value is just here. I just go for a decent, simple fireball value on this part of the base. Why am I even circling the inferno? Just this is just simple because it's a very well spread out base, so the value is for the fireball is very little. So this, and then once you get minimal fireball value, you can get decent warden work value as well. Nothing can really kill your warden. So he committed to this side. My initial plan was for him to just check out a bit of the buildings here, then I can go here behind this splitter, but you can see the splitter is in this direction. But he had other plans. He went towards the top side. I was even trying to speed him up by taking out these buildings, but yeah, he went into that part of the base, and then I had to just find a way to recover. He wouldn't work the ricochet cannon. But then this is why I say if you wouldn't work here, you can either go into this left side of the warden or the right side of the warden. Or right side of the warden or left side of the warden, because you set a parting. So all you have to do is to just find the best one. This going from behind the town hall was the best one, but since my warden committed to the right side, I had to go there. If not, I won't be able to pull him. So this was a bit wonky. You can see the multi inferno hard to reach. Then this ricochet, I said the hook tower, I had to overgrowth it. Immediately I saw it put something, I just had to overgrowth it immediately. They were very, very funny CC. I didn't even know where to poison, so I just poisoned the the rocket loans. My king was low. Thank God he didn't pop his ability there. I trusted the fact that the monolith was going to go down. And I dropped a heal spell on only him. because I needed to save his ability for a lot more inside the core. Then I just used the ice block spell on him since I didn't use it on the warden, so that he can gather a bit of health. Then yeah, my RC was doing good. My queen was still looking well, moving well along the outside. Then my ice golem in front of this ricochet cannon. That's my queen's ice golem. I have an ice golem for my RootRiders and one for my queen along the outside. You guys know that. Then I pop my king ability. My second quick. I think my king, yeah, was able to hit the spitter. Then I just used my second quick to take it out, which was nice. Then my king was going for the town hall. I don't know if he was the one directly targeting it, but I think there was a furnace. Yeah, furnaces were on the town hall directly. Then he broke the wall, and then the phoenix was doing decent. Then my RC was here. I had an invis and a freeze left for them. That's my RC and my queen. Then her ability as well. So that was able to clear the rest of the base, even though my warding went a different direction. Like, I have lots of replays for you guys. Like, every single hit was really, really good. Today, yesterday, day before yesterday. I also have a live hit I recorded on Saturday, but then I realized my audio was not recording. I was so sad. Like, it was so bad. But then, yeah, you can see this base once again. The spitters are in this direction, so I didn't want to do a bit of warding work and then move in here. I did a simple fireball here. Now, this is a bit more, I won't say it's more risky, but going opposite the town hall with your fireball from 12 o'clock is a bit more of a fireball rocket loan fireball entry. But then if you know how to navigate it, you're good to go. And you can see the spitters are pointing in this direction. I also saw that this spitter was exposed, once I take out those exposed with the fireball. So I just used a flame flinger on it. My hits get more technical and technical by, I don't know, you see different style of bases, so you have to adopt different styles of your attack strategy. So immediately I killed that king. I think I just pulled my warden and then set up my fireball. Why am I wasting time? Yeah, flame flinger to this side. You can see none of these buildings here can target the flame flinger. I spotted that while I was just doing a bit of the warden work. So yeah, king, I pulled him because I didn't want any problems there. So I just pulled the warden, set an early on skeleton for this ricochet cannon. I don't know why I did that, but I almost always do it because ricochets are actually very, very troublesome. So yeah, everything was going into the base. Now, this part of the base, this is where you overgrowth. You have to make sure your troops are going along this side. I think there's another hit, but obviously it's not on this account. I can't remember the account, but I've started doing this thing when I see the crusher mortar and a bit of stuff at that 12 o'clock side. I just fireball it and then move my pathing to the left side, overgrow the core so that my troops keep going. If not, they will split between the core and this. But then, while my RC was taking out that building, I just popped her this thing so that, because I knew the overgrowth was going to expire soon. Then she stayed there to clear out the monolith in the core with her ability. And she did just that. I had 2 more invis left. And then, fireball into here it's not a hard warding work and a hard fireball. Just like 2 or 3 invis and then like 3 seconds warding work or 4 seconds warding work. Sometimes you even just place your invis and then fireball immediately, like I did on this hit. But yeah, king, everybody was moving outside nicely. RC was doing God's work. First for the enemy queen, popped king ability along here, and this was a beautiful triple. My flame flinger did not even pop. So which other hits? I'm just yapping. Kazuha. This is not Kazuma, but okay, yeah, this is another base. You can see the spitters are here. Thank God. So this is another one I did on this account. Nice. I don't know how this one went, but let's see. But you can see how deadly this part of the base is. It is very, very consistent with the deadliness. So I just did a bit of a 3 invis. I had to test for. I dropped an archer first to test for a Tesla because there could be Teslas there. So yeah. And then with this fireball, most of this minion prince and then this enemy king are low. So you can just easily snipe them out with 1 or your 2 headhunters, snipe them out, and that's mostly GG. These 2 expos here didn't go down. So that's, if it was like the other hits where the expos went down, I would have just sent a flame flinger for the spitter here. But it didn't go down, so I just had to move accordingly. So I used my 2 headhunters for the 2 enemy heroes. We took them out immediately, and then I think I put my ward in immediately. See where he committed himself to, but it was not the end of the world. Queen along the outside. The defenses were a bit more inside here, so it was funny. My pathing was a bit funny. Then I think I dropped my RootRiders and my RC. Yeah. Then you can see the core of the base once again. This time I did the same thing, but then this had a heavier core, so I just used the overgrowth on the entire core, Made sure my troops went. I was so lucky, I was so happy that my troops didn't go here because sometimes my root riders are slow and stubborn and they go to the expo. But yeah, they all went there. I was trying to save my king ability like I did on the last hit, so I just did the invase. Make sure he wasn't popped, and I did the heal on him. Try to keep your king ability to use in the best place possible, and then you can see again. I use the ice block on him so that he can heal back up, and I think he did just that. Thank goodness. So I was just using. There were just bits of trash along the outside, so I just used super barbs and loons to clear them out. Then my RC went into the core once again. She has the longest range out of all your troops, so I used her in the core and her ability. So she went there. Giant was tanking a bit. By the time Giant was dying, my RC ability, King ability once again, close to the outside of the base. I think once he got there, I popped his ability. Where? Lots of super barbarians. You just keep clearing the buildings along the outside. You can see my queen is inside the base here. So yeah, you can see my back end ice golem didn't do anything, but it's always good just in case there were lots of nonsense along the outside left. And you can see once again my 4 heroes are alive. So this crack is actually going to be another good crack. If you see the splitters in this direction, and there's a lot of rubbish in the 6 o'clock or 12 o'clock compartments, just the crusher motor compartment. So yeah, what else? I don't know if you guys are grabbing, but you guys should be grabbing, please. Rage and poison base, you guys know how I hit this. Let me just speed it up. Times 4 speed. A bit of a warding work from 6 o'clock. Then I fireball into any place in this core gets you good value as long as you land your fireball and you don't miss it. So let's see what I did. Here. Then let's see. I think I would have just ice blocked here. You can see the ricochet is on me. So 1, 2. Oh, there was a Tesla here. Thank God I waited. Like, honestly, I am getting more goated and goated by the day, but obviously this is what practice does for you. So ice golem there, and then I had to pull with my root riders and my king. Thank God my warden took out that thing before he aggroed. But yeah, this and then queen along the outside with a funnel and then overgrowth. Let me speed it up once again. These troops were looking low, so I had to use the heal spell already. Everybody moving nicely. Queen moving along the outside for the first time in history. RC moving well. I didn't need to use her ability because everybody was nicely close to the town hall. That's what happens when your king is inside. You don't need to use your RC ability. You just pop his what's it called? His quick boots and spiky ball, and he actually does a whole lot of damage. So let's see which other base. Li, what did I do on your base? Oh, rage and poison core. So this is a bit of, or this is a lot of value in the core of the base. So you definitely know I fireball there. Let's speed it up. I did a bit of a warden work here. I remember now. Here you can see the spitter. The spitter was very, very exposed. There may be traps here for spirit work, but warden work, there's no trap for a warden work. All you can do is place skeletons for a warden work, and then that's why we have the furnaces. So you can hardly bait the warden work. You can see the red bomb farm. We pulled it with our rocket loans that we keep throwing into the base. So after that X bush, she took out the spitter, and then I was already lining up my fireball at this point. Let's do this. So after that spitter, you can see invis. Let me see the invis I placed. So ice block, then one. This had to be a very, very good invis because it was covering a lot of stuff. So here, fireball on the crusher motor, and it cleared the entire core of the base. All that was left there was heroes. So king, ice golem, 3 root riders. This I had to freeze because I didn't want the multi gear to lock onto my king very early on. But yeah, then giga bomb. You can see my healers are still on my warden. Okay, then they eventually started moving, which is nice. But yeah, I had to use the heal spell as well because I didn't trust whatever was happening there. And you can see all we have to do at this point is just go around the base. The pattern was set here, so we are just going around here at this point. So it was a beautiful triple times 4 speed. Yeah, this part was just clean up. Overgrowth where you need more pathing and damage reduction. So I think the last hit of the day, or the first hit of the day actually, was this guy. Now, I think this hit was close because the fireball was hard. This was where I could place a very decent fireball on the sweeper, but that was a lot of envy. So I think I just settled for a decent fireball. Let's see. On this diamond base, you can see the same thing. I just warden worked here and then fireballed into the core. Let's see here. Warden this. Oh yeah, this feat was very, very annoying because I lost my sneezy immediately to the air defense. I mistapped him, so he was too close to the air defense. Yeah, warden work. Kept on clearing buildings. Let's put on times 2 speed. Here. Then I had to ice block because I knew I had limited time. At this point, you can see I didn't take out the crusher motor there. But yeah, it was not the end of the world. I just had to move in here, like pull him towards the town hall. Then this, because I didn't take out that crusher motor, I knew I'll have to overgrowth it. So I overgrowth the town hall as well so that my troops don't take all the damage in the world. Yeah, I remember I did that. So yeah, this expo was a bit troublesome, I think. But then my root riders went there. Queen here with her arrow along the outside to funnel. I always try to save my king ability. He was low here, but I don't know if I should start dropping him last. Like before I drop my RC, I drop him. Because honestly, he takes too much damage very early on. You can see my true split here because of that sweeper. I didn't overgrowth, which is a bad thing. They also carried my healers. I popped king ability to help me, but you can see everything is low. My healers died. My troops are low, so I had the heal spell to try to heal things up a bit. This is why I have the heal spell. When things go wrong with your healers and any other thing, or your healers are not switching, you use the heal spell. It saved my RC a bit. So after here, I think I popped ability before she got into range of the ricochet cannon. Then this headhunter was clutch. I had the skeleton spell I put for the monolith, and then he also tanked the king, and I sent a headhunter for the enemy king. RC with her spear. This is why you love the spear. You can just stay in one place and clear off lots of stuff. So yeah, as bad as the hit went, I was still able to recover. I had a bit of stuff. You can see these giants that I had because of what's it called? Because of my clan games. My RC cleared out the multi inferno. That was the one thing that the queen could not reach, and she did her job. That was all. And then at this point, all I had to do was just start tanking for my queen. Make sure that she didn't die to the ricochet cannon. The Yeti might helped me to take out the ricochet cannon early on. This other Yeti here, you can see I have two Yetis, and take a look at how helpful the Yetis were. Helped me take out the enemy king and the monolith. Helped me take out the ricochet cannon for the queen, and that was my first hit of the day. My first hit of the day is always so messy because it's my first hit of the day. But yeah, that is 320 on this ID. I could go on and on and on and on with my triples from yesterday. Let me even show you my Nigerian Prince account. Hope I haven't been hit or tripled. But yeah, my defense is not the best. I have bases for tomorrow. I hope they will work out well. I have double rage bases, double poison bases, lots of base styles. But yeah, take a look at this defense, this offense. 3-1-2 today, 3-1-2 yesterday. Did I hit any pro player? Patolino. Maybe I show my replay on Patolino's base. What base was he running? What base was he running? This is it. 1 day, 2 hours ago. Okay, this base, I've had this base, but then it was a bit different. A bit, I won't say difficult, but yeah, you can see the value in the core of the base with the fireball. I think I saw Jatin's hit on the base where he fireballed this builder hot. It was good value. But then a simple fireball on this air defense is not bad. That was my initial plan. I was like, I can actually just wooden work these buildings and then fireball there. So that's exactly what I did. Let me speed it up. Yeah. How did I even enter this base? Oh, wow. So maybe I wouldn't work this scatter shot. Oh, I actually did a simple fireball on this one. Wow. On a normal day, or maybe it was a different attack I did. So you can see you can do the simple fireball, you can do an extensive fireball. Oh, so I did an early fireball and a bit of a warding walk instead of a bit of a warding walk and then an inside fireball. So you can actually just choose what you want to do. Queen along the outside to, funnel. I think my warden died. There was a headhunter that got pulled from the CC and they actually killed my warden. Maybe this it was messy, and that's why on the next one, okay, you see bases a lot, but then I can't obviously find the player I did it on. So this one was a bit messy, not Ronaldo. So King was here, King went in, thank goodness, because of the parting from my queen. RC here, this here. Now, you can see I had a lot of buildings left, even this crusher mountain, but then my king, I had to wait for him to get into a decent position, pop my heal spell. RC was here, thank God for our fox, because my monolith locked onto my RC. Or the monolith, not my monolith, that's not my monolith. But yeah, you can see King ability. King ability did that. Queen, I had to invest for her. And that's one thing about a simple or an early fireball, because you have lots of invis left. You can actually just keep your troops alive. So yeah, you can see I still have an invis, a freeze, and then an ice block spell. Over here, RC with her electro boots can clear off those escalates in the core. All I had to do was freeze for this last multi inferno and this. So this was a good one. And then see, red bombs too late. This was a good one. And then I also had that thing I told you about. Just a warding walk here and then a fireball here. You can choose that. But then it's a bit more risky. The thing about a simple fireball is that you prefer to have 2 overgrowth spells, but I don't have 2 overgrowth spells. So yeah. Which other hits can I show you guys? Maybe I'll show you guys I am you. I don't know what I did here, but okay, this is a rage and poison base. On a normal day on this base, the value is mostly from here. I'll just do a bit of warding work here and then invis, and then I can fireball into the core. But then the fireball here would only get me like 3 buildings. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna switch it up and come from here. And then as you can see, the CC building is also here. So the fireball was very decent. I think this is the last hit before I call it a day. Maybe I do live hits on my main account, so that'll be a different video so that the video doesn't get to like 1 hour. So here, fireball, beautiful value, this, and then let me slow down now. Funnel into the base. Town hall was there. You can see the healers are still on the warding. So I think I used an early heal spell because why not? Ricochet on this part of the base. So I used, I mean, normally I can use an ice golem, but then I used the skeleton spell because of the Rico. I don't know why. You can see the heal spell I placed there. My troops were going nicely, so I was thinking of whether to overgrow the Spitter, but I said, nah, we can just easily take it out. So yes, Spitter went down, everybody. Queen still moving along the outside. Giant inside. King inside. RC inside. Then here, all we had to do was use our King ability perfectly and then our RC ability as well. Funnel along the outside because I don't want any excuse that my King was breaking the wall along the outside. King was already still in the core of the base, so once he got closer in, I just popped his ability. Cleared up majority of the stuff. He was dead, but he had done his job, honestly. So here, freeze and invis left. Queen was doing good. She faced lots of traps, but I still had a freeze and invis for her. So I think I used an invis for her against the multi-gear. Used the freeze on the enemy queen, and that was a beautiful triple. So yeah, I think just the time fail here today, time fail here yesterday, which is so sad. And yeah, this is Destro with Fireball RootRiders right now. As I said, I'll do my live feed, so stay tuned. If you've not subscribed to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Ciao! I'm back.